Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to another evening of pulling beautiful messages of love from above. So, thank you guys for being here. Happy Wednesday. Is it Wednesday already? Happy Thursday morning to all of you on the other side of the planet here. Hope you guys had a wonderful evening and your start of your new day. And I'm excited to see what messages Spirit is bringing in for us today. So, I am hello, hello, Healing Zone. Doing good, doing good. Hey, self love. VD SDA, hello. and Coco, cordial gratitude. Hina, Dollface Diva, Erica, Jazz. Hey, Chat Noir. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I'm so glad. Their messages really do. I know I learn a lot from what they communicate through, so I'm glad they help everyone else as well. Let me gonna pop out the chat here so I can see things. Let me shrink this down a little bit so it's not so all over the place here. Here we go. And we will get started. We got a long list already, which I'm very glad to see. You know, I would still, I would still pull cards for an empty room. I learned a lot through the readings, but I'm very glad that you all are here with me because I feel your love and your energy. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Anjali, welcome. All right. I do want to start off just sending out energy to whoever needs it right now. It can be for physical, mental, spiritual, um, emotional, whatever it would be. But I do feel like Spirit wants me to do this each session for a while, and just sending love out to all of you and to the world, and any of you that want to join with me and just do that, because I love this Instagram post that I saw because it really resonated. And it says, when one person sends out unconditional love from their heart at that frequency, it actually helps kind of counteract 700,000 individuals who have a lower fearful vibrational energy. And so if two of us, three of us, four of us, five of us, six of us send that out, can you imagine just the impact we have on the energies of the world? So if you would like to, just join with me right now just to send unconditional love out to the world, and to any of you that need it. We're just sending beautiful, beautiful energies pulsating just like a beacon to the world, sending love, 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 unconditional love from above. Let it fill you up and just flow out to the world. Beautiful. Feel it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Just a little blip like that can change the world. So lots and lots of love to all of you. Hey, Christy, welcome, welcome. Balancing stars and cards. I like that. Welcome. So let's get into the messages for this evening. And Jazz, you are up and you wanted to know, will Jay and you reconcile before the end of this year? So I am going to start off using the Tarot of the Magical Forest. So let's see what we've got. Let me just move some stuff out of the way here. Okay. Let's see what we got going on. And then Erica, you will be up next. Hope everyone is well and as well as can be in the moment, right? That's all we can be. So Jazz, what would you like Jazz to know about Jay and them? Jazz, we're getting the Nine of Pentacles here, and the Nine of Pentacles is the Hermit's journey. This is you alone in the garden. That you are finding this wholeness and this completeness for the remainder of 2022. That this is about you turning inward, and you're never completely alone in the garden. Let me see if it will even, yeah, see the little birdie on her hand there. There's always, and usually there's always a feathered being there with you, which is spirit, which is your posse of spiritual support, saying you're never, never, ever alone, even if you feel physically alone. You're surrounded by a great host of support and love. And they do show you here also with the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Cups that this is you, this is your power, this is, you holding the Ace of Wands here, that you're finding within you this power for yourself. And the Knight of Cups is the search for the Holy Grail, the search for higher love, the search for what you're really wanting in life. The Queen of Wands also has a great bit of intuition and connection to the spirit realm. So I really feel like, and I know these wonderful hermit inner messages are like, oh no, but it is about finding um, the love that you are looking for inward and upward. And the more that you, while you're in the waiting period, is what I call it now, while we're feel like our life is paused as far as love in the outer realm, it's them wanting us to really reflect here, because the faster and the more we reflect on our inner love, the faster the outside world regarding love tends to move, because the pause is happening on purpose for a purpose for us to look inward and to reflect and go, is what we have always got what we want? Because when we do what we always did, we get what we always got. And they're like, okay, we're putting love on hold. Let's look in here and do some little tinkering, and then that changes what we draw in from the outside world too, and what we see, because we don't see the world as it actually is, we see the world as we are. So as we change on the inside and do some tinkering, then the world changes. We're like, ah, all right, and they're like, okay, and then they hit the play button, and then the movie starts going again. So I kind of feel like that's what's in store. I don't feel like a reconciliation by the end of the year. With that Nine of Pentacles, they are having you turn inward for that journey there. So that's what they have for you, Jazz. Many blessings to you. Hang in there. I know it's always fun. Oh, my goodness. All right, Erica. Good evening to you, too. And you want to know if Greg, looks like he's an Aries, huh? Has any feelings or actions towards you? Well, let's take a look here. Greg the Aries sun. He's on the cusp, so he's got some little Pisces. Let's take a look here. What else? Anything else? Okay, I guess so. So the first card that come out here is the Queen of Swords. It was the Queen, right? Yeah, Queen of Swords. Old man eyes going out on me. Which this is a balance between heart and mind. So, that with this 10 of cups, this 10 of chalices here, does tell me that there is emotion there. It is bouncing around within them, but there's this balance between heart and mind. It's like they have these emotions, but they really have some mental stuff going on. That Queen of Swords, they have that Ace of Swords. I mean, and I say that too because the Justice card is here, who also has the Ace of Swords. So you've got two cards here that kind of are dealing with the mind, right? And the balancing out of things, the trying to understand, the difference between their emotions and what they want and their expectations and what are they wanting in life and blah, 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 blah. I kind of feel like they're just um, mulling things over in their brain. Like, I feel like they've learned, even though they're an Aries sun, I kind of feel like they might have a lot of different things in their chart that are balancing out that Aries. Excuse me, that they have this pain of the past and that keeps them guarded and that keeps them I kind of feel like they have a lot of air element in their chart because I do feel like they're just like, okay, let me think about this. What does this do? What is this? Blah blah blah. What da, 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 da. And that they're very uh, calculated is the word I'm looking for. And so, the actions, I feel like they're mulling things over, and I feel like there's not like a whole lot of fast action going to happen in the beginning of any interaction with them. I feel like it's like there's feelings there, but they really keep them contained. Like, I almost think, because I'm Aquarian sun, I almost feel like they have a lot of Aquarius in their chart. I don't know what. Well, maybe we should pull a birth chart on them. Maybe that's what we should do one night. Is I'll just sit here and pull birth charts. We'll look at them and go, "Oh, now we know why they're doing what they're doing." But I kind of feel like that it's slow movement. Anything about timing at all that you can give us? Let's see what we have here. Yeah. So the 9 of wands. So there's a energy block that they have. They're kind of stuck is what I feel. The 9 of wands usually, like, that 9 of wands is here and it's like blocking, but they have their hand on one, which shows that they have the ability to remove that, but also that they're on this journey of finding their inner power, their inner energy, because the nines are like the hermit and the wands are the fire, and he's trying to get their um, like I'm going to say power back. Like, he wants to feel empowered again, and so whatever happened in the past really um, kind of fried some cells in his emotional expression department, I kind of feel. So that's what's kind of going on. They're just kind of mulling it over, and yeah, sounds like a planned birth chart. On you're a Pisces, yeah. So you understand the dark side, light side of the pond that they can go in, but I just feel like he has got a lot of like air in his chart for some reason. But yeah, I kind of feel like it's going to be slow moving in that area. They might communicate, but you're gonna feel like feelings. What are feelings? It's almost like dating Spock. There's a human in there. I know it. It'll come out, but it just takes time to show. And I kind of feel like that's what's going on with them for some reason. But yeah, I would be surprised if you see action soon with that, because I feel like he's really mulling things over. So that's what they have for right now for you, Erica. Enjoy that journey. Swim, fishy, swim. All right. So, Coco, you just want a general, not just, but a general family situation reading. Okay. And I do have the Radiant Rider Waite. So we'll flip over that. I know you prefer that. So we will do that. And then Dollface Diva, you will be up next. And then Hina, welcome back. You'll be next after that. All right, let's take a look here. Coco, Chords of Gratitude. Just general family situation read. What you like to know about this general family situation? Anything else? Well, Coco, you've got a major cycle ending and a new beginning coming in. So, whatever is happening in this general family situation, there's going to be an ending of a cycle and a new beginning coming in, because we also have the Page of Pentacles too. So, new opportunity, new change that's going to be coming to a head, that it brings things to a new level, a different level there. And you also got the star card, which is hope, right? Um, just really connect to your higher self, though. Focus on bringing unconditional love into the situation, because that's going to be, you know, this is all that Uranus energy, which is surprise, switch up, change, not the norm type of thing that's happening here. So I kind of feel the unexpected, the thing will change with all that. But I feel like it's like keep hope. Just know that you carry, in those little water coolers that you're carrying around, that there's hope in there and there's unconditional love. Um I kind of almost feel like with the star too, it's seeing things from a higher perspective, going into it and from that place of unconditional love, knowing that whatever unfolds for you unfolds for you, right? In whatever situation that's going on, and for everyone else that's involved. It's always unfolding for our highest experience, even though it doesn't match up to our expectations, right? It's like, oh, are you sure that's going to benefit everyone? And it's like, yeah, it always is unfolding in this perfect, beautiful drama, right? It's always, the perfect situation to teach us the moral of the story, to help us see what we're wanting to see until we see it. And it's a beautiful um, change coming up here, though. I just really feel it's very bright, this ending and this new stuff coming in with that star, because that's when stars shine the brightest, not during the day when we look up and go, are there stars? It's when the pitch black of night that we're like, look at all the stars. And so I feel like this situation is going to allow you to see just the brighter side of some things, and to see how bright your light actually can be in that darkness, with what's coming that way. So that's what they have for you right now, Coco. So hang in there. All right, Dollface Diva, you are up next. Much blessings to you. So, Dollface Diva, you want to know how will things go if you talk to HR about your schedule and your PTO request? Well, let's take a look here. Then Hina, you will be up next, and then VD. So let's take a look here. What's HR in this? Your schedule and your PTO request. Looks pretty positive here, Dollface Diva, because you have the Page of Swords, which is like higher communication, new thoughts, new beliefs, um, new expectations. You have the Knight of Cups too, which is about movement, and it's emotional movement. It's a positive thing coming in, because obviously this is the big clincher here, which is the King of Pentacles, which is all about abundance, things unfolding, feeling full and complete in the outside. So I really feel like with the combination of all these, um, just be open with your mindset and your expectations. But I like that Knight of Cups. It's like they quest after this higher love. They quest after, feeling and receiving too. The cup is like being a chalice. Allow yourself to receive. Change your thoughts and beliefs about your worthiness of receiving it, because you do have three royalty. You have a page, a knight, and a king represented there. So it is a very powerful experience for you. And I feel like if you just say, you know what, I know I deserve this, and um but not now like I deserve this, but just this loving, from a loving place, I deserve this. And I'm going to let it unfold, knowing that it's going to unfold perfectly for you, whatever the outcome. But I feel like they've given you a thumbs up to talk to HR about your schedule and your request, and just be honest with them. Say, this is what I need. This is what's going on, up to a certain amount. You don't have to like share everything, but just say, this is what I really need to happen. how can we make it happen? And just ask for help, and then they will kick into their HR and find out what they're able to do, even if it's a temporary shift or something like that. But I really feel positive about talking to HR. So much blessings to you. All right, we'll keep on going down the list here, and let's see what we've got happening. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Ty. Welcome, welcome. All right. So, Hina, you want to know, will your husband Suni call you in 2 days? So let's see here. Tell us about Suni and communication with Hina, please. Come on, that one. All right. So you've got the Chariot, which is all about action and movement, and the Ten of Cups, which is very joyful. So I feel like this is saying yes, because uh, you know, obviously this is a very happy card, right? And that this is, the Chariot sometimes is the power of choice card, but I just really feel like it's about movement and action, and with that Ten of Cups. So I feel like they will call you in 2 days or within 2 days. So if you want to talk to them, then keep the phone on. If you don't, go like, turn it off. Let them go to voicemail. But I feel like that's a positive sign that they will call within 2 days. So that's what they have for you, Hina. Fast and quick answer tonight. All right. Hey, Dr. Sky, welcome, welcome. And let's take a look here. So VD, you are next, and then self-love, you'll be after that. And you want to know, why are you blocked off in terms of love? How should you work on this? Okay, let's take a look here. Let's find out first. Okay, why? Get that information. Okay, and then what is their advice on what you can do to change the block? All right, so let's see what we have here. Okay. So the combination of these two cards here really is, for some reason, is very clear to me. But uh, Three of Pentacles is about being our authentic selves, and the Judgment card is about really us being called upward to our higher selves. It's double endings and double new beginnings, and I feel like the block is that you're not being your true self. It's like you're um, trying to be what you think other people uh, want you to be, so you don't get people angry at you for not being what they expect. And then you're also trying not to lose people's support who want you to be something. And so these two forces have you trying to be someone who you think you're supposed to be and should be and need to be to them. And it's like your higher self is calling you um, into this relationship, this awareness of who you really are, of your true identity, of your true self, of your authentic self, and to live that. Let's see what the other two cards are here. Yeah. So you have the Five of Swords, which does talk about, the battle of small t truths, of people telling you, no, 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 my expectations are right, yours are not right. And I kind of feel like in the past, maybe you've given into that because you don't like conflict. So you avoid it and you put down your beliefs, and you walk away and you let them be the winner in a way. Like you're just like, I'd rather not um, have any disagreement. So because kind of going back to that 3 of Pentacles, because of that, I don't want to rock the boat. And so I'll try to be who they want me to be when I'm with them, and who they want me to be with I'm with them, and who I want to be, it's just like, oh my gosh, exhausting, right? Especially what if two people who want opposite things from you, you show up together, what do you do? Fake fainting so you don't have to, oh my god, I can't be upbeat and happy and also serious at the same time. What am I going to do, right? So I kind of feel that's what's going on. And the 7 of Pentacles here is great because this is usually like a patience card. It takes time for things to unfold and waiting. But I kind of feel like the combination of these 4 cards is that you're really realizing what you want and who you are. And you're going to be making this change in how you present yourself in the outside world, where you're investing your energy and your, you know, uh, like life essence. Yeah. Yeah. Because to change this, like, how do you break this block? You have both the 2 of Pentacles, which is balancing your higher self with your human self. And then also the 2 of Wands. It's like realizing you hold the world in your hands, and where you're investing your energy is what grows and grows. And, when you're focusing on what's not in your life and what you don't want in your life, that expands it, right? It's like the universe just hears, like, if I don't have someone in my life, all the universe hears is no one in my life. Oh, they don't want anyone in their life. Boom, boom, boom. And you're just like, no, that's not what I wanted. I don't know. I forget. Maybe it was uh one of the Lego movie. Was it the one of the Lego movies, I think, where they were like Siri or whatever would keep hearing it wrong and keep ordering and doing, no, no, not that, this, what? Now, self-destruct sequence activated. And like, no, that's not what I said. And I kind of feel like that's what's going on, is the energy focus is causing things to grow, in this area. And so it's like changing the focus of your energy to what you are grateful in your life and what you want to expand in your life. And you focus on that instead of what's not and who's not in your life. It's like just focus on what you are grateful for and what you do want to have in your life. And that expands. I mean, because you got the 8 of Wands that comes in here, which when you do that, that brings in a ton of energy and communication and action into your life too. So it's like this changing of how you're approaching and really being the authentic you, and letting go of the fears of not being who people want you to be. And it's like, well, this is what people want, so I'm going to try to be this, but it's not authentic and it's not you, and that blocks your energy as well. And so as you open up and go, you know spend some time with you, with your higher self, who am I and what do I want to express? And you don't have to worry about trying to fit into a cookie cutter, because you don't want to do that, because then you have to maintain that the rest of your life. It's like, no, be you, and the person that appreciates you for who you are, they get drawn in. But when you're almost trying to be something you're not, that energy just blocks things because you're not allowing your authentic self to be expressed as well. So that's what they have for you right now, VD. Hopefully that helps. And I wish you much blessings, and be careful what you ask for. You're like, oh. I want love. And then there's these 3 people, and you're like, I don't want them. No. So focus your energy on what you do want, and gratitude, of course. All right. Healing zone. I'm doing it very well. Thank you. Thank you. SDA. Hello, hello, hello. And Chat Noir. So, oh, very good. I am very glad that the advice helped you. Excellent. All right, Healing Zone, you are up. You're planning to launch your juicing business really soon. Will this be lucrative venture for you? Okay, let's take a look here. Let's take a look. Very good. So very good, BD. All right. Let's take a look here. Juicing business. Anything else? All right. Anything else, please? Just going to get a little more clarity here. It's not that it's bad or anything. I just want more information. Okay. Okay. So just bear with me as we go through these. Don't panic about any cards that come up. So three pentacles. I love that this came up for you too, because this is about stay true to what you want to do and how you want to do it. A lot of people are going to have opinions about how you should do it, how you should go about it, blah, 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 blah. You can listen to them, but follow your heart, follow your authentic way that you want to do it. Because you have both. When I saw these, I was like, oh, I need more information because, this is about death and rebirth. This is about things being removed out to make room for new. So I feel like um, there's going to be some changes that happen, but don't panic because there's going to be like something that ends and but it allows something better to be moved in for it for you. So when this happens, I feel like you know um, that's why these cards popped up is that there's going to be some uh, kind of not really competition necessarily, but just some energy that feels kind of conflicting. I mean, it starts out feeling that way, and you also kind of have some emotional confusion that happens, which totally when something like this happens, you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on, right? So it kind of feels like you're getting ready to launch, and like any launch, it doesn't go as expected in the beginning. You have some stuff that like, oh my gosh, they didn't send the strawberry mix, and oh no, what are we gonna do? It's like, well, we can do this, and it's like kind of like there's all this stuff that kind of happens like any launch, and as you're starting something new, that there are these little bumps in the road, and I kind of feel like there's some things that happen that don't fit in with your exact plan that you wanted, right? It's like if you have all these things that had to, it's like, so allow for some unforeseen things happening, and just go with the flow with it though, because I wanted to have like, so what happens at the end of it? And you have the King of Pentacles, which is about abundance, overflowing. You have everything, it's good. It's a very positive card. So, but they're saying just be prepared for the unexpected and try not to, let it impact you too much. Try not to let it take you into emotional, like, "Oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? This is what people are gonna think and do." It's just like, you know what? People are very much, um yeah. Yeah. So, it happens, and just know that, you know what? People understand. Um, and people who don't understand, like, I wanted that smoothie or I wanted that juicing thing that flavor, and you don't have it. You're the devil, and you're just like, okay, and it's like, what can I do to make it up for you? How maybe this option, or how about this? Have you tried this? Let me give you a free sample of this, you know, things like that. And as you go into your own business, you understand there's all sorts of people going through all sorts of stuff, and not having the right juice can ruin someone's day because it was the last draw. And just try to put yourself in their shoes, and just know that things happen and just make the best of it, really. So I love that. So you got the same, and you're like, okay, yeah, very good. Yeah, exactly. Congratulations. Thank you for uh, mentioning that, SDA. Yeah, congratulations, because it is brave to start your own business, and just enjoy each moment and just know that you have to dodge and things that come and you're like, oh psh, didn't get out of the way fast enough. So I really like that. But very positive card for the end. So keep your eye on the prize. Yeah, and let us know when it launches too. Is it going to be virtual, or is it a local juicing business, like, or is it going to be something else? It's funny. Speaking of the devil, just came popping out. All right. So that's what they have for you, Healing Zone. Many blessings to you. All right. Oh, very good. Anjali. Uh, so you want to know Satish's feelings and next moves towards you, and then just what your angels would like to tell you. And then Christy, you will be next. Then SDA. Hey, New Moon. All right, let's take a look here. Satish's feelings and next moves towards you. Let's see what they have happening tonight regarding that. So you got the 10 of Wands coming in here. And so this energy is, of course, it's like a lot of burden that they're carrying, a lot of energy. They're like exhausted. They're to the point of where they're ready to let this go. It's endings and new beginnings with their energy. They've just been carrying, they feel like they've been carrying so much and so many different things that they are letting um they're letting so much go of so many things. They have too many, what do they have? Too many what in the fire? Too many things in the fire where it's not heating up, and they're just like too many cooks in the kitchen. He's just like, okay, that's it. I gotta know what I'm investing my energy in, and I can't do it anymore. It's just too much. And so there is this change there. And then you also have the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords is, this energy of realizing what thoughts and beliefs and mindsets were making them feel constricted and blind, and like feeling like they're trapped and contained here. So I feel like they're in this place here, and we're asking what their feelings and next moves towards you are. I kind of feel like they just feel so much in their life is so out of whack, and so many expectations, so much energy is being invested, that I feel like they're letting a lot of stuff fall away. They're like going through a major simplification. And the Sun card here, for them and their feelings, I feel like they're going back to their inner child, like very much Leo energy. I don't know. Are they going through a midlife crisis? I kind of feel like that with all this together. They're just like, ah, and it's like they want to be a child again. They want to just go have fun, and they just want to um, be free of all this burden that they feel like they have in a lot of areas of their life. Let me see what next moves towards you are. Let's get some clarity here. Well, I didn't want to see this card come out, but it does feel um, like this is where this was heading here, because it was in between the high priestess and the king here. So it does feel um, that you kind of feel like you're in this place alone, because the high priestess goes away to her temple, away from everything, and she kind of goes into seclusion to connect to the higher realms, to look behind the veil and those types of things. And that King of Wands again is all about the fire and where they're investing their energy, which was like below the king, I mean below the sun. So, I kind of feel like the choices that they're making here are, um, you know, to end things, and uh, I kind of feel like they're just running from their life, yeah, because they have the Page of Swords here too, which is about new communication. So I feel like they're going to communicate whatever is going on here really soon. Uh, yeah. Again, magician energy. So it's about new start, where they're wanting to invest the energy, what they're wanting to do. So I almost feel like they're just overwhelmed in their life, and they just can't uh, handle a whole lot. I kind of feel like they got burnt out on trying to do too many things in their life all at once, and they're just like not going to live up to expectations, right? That disappointment card with three swords stuck in it is like they're just like, I just right now I just need to be free and be me, and if there's any kind of relationship or anything going on, I feel like they're just going to call everything off. Like, I almost feel like they'd quit their job, or they're changing out all this stuff, and they're just like, I got to be free, at a point in their life. Like I said, it feels like a midlife crisis, like when people, they leave everything behind, make these huge life changes, and go buy a sports car or a motorcycle, and do the stuff that's all about being free, like that little child, so that's what I kind of feel is what's coming through here with Satish there. And then we do want to pull an angel card. I'm going to pull one of the Seeker Oracle for you for your angel messages there. So hang in there, angel. Just know that if people don't leave our lives, they're removed out of our lives for us. So if that is what happens, just know that it's the best for you. Right. So what's your message? Angels of Angeli, what would you like her to know, please? You've got the Hush Listen card. Shh. Let's see what message comes in here. And it says there are times when we choose not to listen to what's being said. We judge the person that we're speaking to, believing ourselves to be more knowledgeable. And as a result, their words fall upon deaf ears. It's important not to allow our ego and biases to influence the continuity of a conversation. Hush, listen. Our greatest teachers sometimes appear to us in the form that is not expected. Wondrous opportunities can come from a chance conversation with someone that we've judged unfairly. At other times, a person may offer an opinion or unsolicited advice we disagree with, and the conversation develops into an argument. We dismiss what's being said and demand to be heard. Once that happens, we're too busy defending or attacking to listen to what's being said. Hush, listen. Disagreeing does not invalidate someone's point or make it unworthy of our attention. The words might be confronting, but that does not make them untrue or undeserving of further exploration. Put aside preconceived notions and look at the situation from a fresh perspective. Be empathetic. You might find that you are both right, but coming at the heart of the issue from different angles. You might also discover a genuine problem that needs to be addressed. See the good in others. Trust that their intentions are pure. Hold on a second. Sorry, I got a tickle in my throat suddenly. Yeah, it's hush, listen, right? See the good in others and trust that their intentions are pure. You don't have to heed their advice or guidance, but they are worthy of being heard. There will also be times when we find ourselves multitasking, not only talking, but doing several other things at the same time. Hush, listen. To listen properly, you need to put everything else aside and give your complete attention. And finally, there are times when we make a conversation all about us and fail to give anyone else the chance to speak. Hush, listen. Remember, a conversation involves two people, and give others the same opportunity to share as you would ask for yourself. And sometimes it serves us better to hear than to be heard. So I like that message for you. Hush, listen. So that is their message for you, Anjali. Is give you many blessings. All right, Christy, you are up. You wanted to know how will the next 2 weeks go like for you. So let's take a look here and see. All right. So I do want to go to the Tarot of the Magical Forest. And then SDA, you will be next. And then New Moon. All right. So let's take a look here, Christy. What do they want you to know about the next 2 weeks? Okay. Okay. And that one. Anything else? Okay. Not too bad. So you have the Six of Pentacles coming up for you first. And the Six of Pentacles, is about, you can see how it's like an abundant feeling for them there. And they have enough for themselves and giving to others too, which is a good positive card in that regard. Um, if it was a question about relationships on the next 2 weeks, then that is a codependency awareness card. And to be aware of the kind of um, pattern or habit of overgiving to others, feeling you have to in order to earn, something back. Like you have to give 100 of something to get one back from someone else. So if it's a relationship and having to do with interactions with others, it really has this energy of realizing your true worth and that you don't have to, overgive, that you can be equal, adult to adult type of relationships instead of feeling like you have to overgive, like you're, giving to a child. It's like, no, it can be equal, and, be aware of that. Because you do have the Four of Wands here too, which is a very stable energy around your energy. Fours are like a huge table with big, thick legs. It's a very solid foundation. And it's a very much a celebration card, too, obviously, here, which can mean parties, marriages, getting together, but a very joyous celebration type of energy that comes in. And then you have both the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So you have three Wands cards, which is a lot of fiery energy, a lot of movement, a lot of action happening. And the Knight of Wands is like probably the fastest knight. It's fast moving. You have all this energy. I mean, usually the knight is in the quest for the Ace of Wands and trying to find their power, but you already have that here. So, both of these with all of this really shows that you are really taking a lot of power into your hands and where you're investing your energy and what you're doing. And it is, it results in a very solid energy, a very joyful type of energy. So I feel like for this 2 weeks, it's a very beneficial, a very successful and rewarding 2 weeks. So I really like it for you. So no concerns that popped up here in those cards. They're all positive. The only thing is, like I said, if it has to do with the relationships, it's just be aware of the tendency to be in an enabler and codependent relationships, that you don't have to be the one that's over giving. You can give equally. So if there's opportunities, like if it's about the job or something like that, where you're on a team and you're having something happen, it's like you don't have to be the one that volunteers for everything, right? You're not the one that has to, everyone's quiet and you have to speak up and go, I'll do it. You can just sit there and go, I have enough. I'm doing like half the stuff already. Everyone else can step up. It's that kind of energy around that too. So I like it for you, Christy. It's like very empowering. I really like it. All right. So many blessings to you. Let's keep on going down the list here. And if you're new to my channel, I do go in order. So you just put your question, or if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just put your general reading request, and I just go in order. And usually I try to keep to 2 hours so I don't burn out, because I do go live every day of the week and twice on Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. Actually, 3 times on Saturday, because I also go on Instagram. So balance is the key. At least that's my lesson right now. All right, SDA, let's take a look here. Talk about the property in Glenside. What would they like you to know about that property? Anything else? I think it's a good place there, SDA. Got the 10 of Pentacles, which is about abundance. And so a wonderful card to get for that, for sure. You also got the Chariot card, which is about movement and victory. With that is what I'm picking up. And then also the Emperor. I really feel like for this, it's like you taking control of the space, that not allowing other people to make the decisions for you. Like if they're like, oh, we'll build walls and do that. And like, well, let me tell you what I want it to be like, if I could, please. It's like you really getting that strength to stand up and ask for what you want, that you're not the stable hand that just is told what to do and to, shovel the crap. You're the emperor. You get to decide. It's your space. You want it to be what you want it to be and how you want to do it, and ask for what you want. And I love it for you. But very positive, very victorious, and definitely it feels like thumbs up for that retail space. So I like it a lot. Woohoo! So that's it. Easy breezy. So that is your message for now. Blessings to you, SDA. All right. We'll continue going down the list here. We got New Moon. You're up next. You want to know, how will next Monday go for you? Will it be successful? All right. An important day coming. And right before a new moon in Scorpio. Aha! So let's take a look here. How will next Monday go for new moon? Near a new moon. Okay, oh, that's it. All right. Well, looking good here. You have the Page of Cups, which is about a heightened emotion, positive emotion, I really feel. So that's definitely good to have there. And you also have the King of Wands, which is very much about holding your energy within your hands, entrepreneurship too, guiding your energy, focusing your energy, ruling over your energy. I kind of feel like with both of those together, it is really uh, grabbing hold of what you're focusing on. And I kind of feel like if you go into the day focusing on these emotions as, oh god, things are going to go wrong, that's going to amplify things, right? It's like if you're fearing, then fear is going to be expanded and run wild. But if you focus on what you're grateful for and positive outcomes, knowing, you know what, I've done what I can do, and I've got the talent, I've got the abilities, I've got the energy, um, I'm gonna, it's gonna go well. Focusing your energy on those things will expand that, and I do feel it goes well because you have the Nine of Pentacles. But this Nine of Pentacles um, is nines are about your inner journey and your hermit. And it's about you finding the satisfaction within yourself. And I kind of feel like uh, when you look back at everything, you go, you know what? I'm not going to be able to please all the people all the time. I'm not going to be able to make people do whatever they don't want to do or feel anything they don't want to feel. So I'm going to be satisfied with what I'm doing. Am I happy with what I did? Yes. And that's what matters, right? And I kind of feel like there's this power that comes in there with that King of Wands and that Nine of Pentacles, and even that, Page of Cups. It's like I'm taking control of what emotion I want to feel, what I'm doing with my energy and with my own satisfaction, and allowing that to be a powerful day for you. Um, and I feel like going in there with all that kind of energy, it just, you're going to see the world through that energy instead of fear, right? So I really feel like that Nine of Pentacles does feel like that Monday is a very satisfying day for you. But I kind of feel like it's about you grabbing a hold of your energy, though, just really understanding how much power you hold over your surroundings with your own energy, right? But I like it. I feel like they're in a roundabout way saying, what is success? You know how spirit likes to answer questions with questions. What do you feel is success? What would success mean to you? They're like having you do this search and this journey throughout this important day. And you're like, can we do that on another day? And they're like, this is an important day. So we want you to learn through this, through this experience. You got the Queen of Pentacles too. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, abundance, new birth, things unfolding in a positive way. So in the end, they give in to let you know it will be successful. But we want you to learn the lesson as you're going through it. You're like, okay, well, now that you gave me the answer, I will. So I like that for you, New Moon. Many blessings. All right. Lisa Marie, you are up next. And then Ty, and then Dr. Sky. All right. And I kind of feel like I want to switch up here. And I'm actually another deck over here I'm using for some other readings, but they're calling out to me. It's the Nicoletta Sassoli, I guess is how you say her name, Tarot. And we're going to look at that for you. Lisa Marie, and you want to know, will your marriage be healed with your husband, Rodney, and will we live together again? Okay. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit would like you to know. Very good. It's a good journey there, working to communicate your true feelings. What are we afraid of, right? Okay, so let's take a look here. Will your marriage with Rodney be healed? So ask that first. Okay. And then, will you live together again? Okay. your lives together. Okay, I get it. Let's see. So the first about healing here, you've got the moon energy coming in here as well as the Six of Wands. And it's an interesting combination because the moon is about cycles. It is about, everything happening for a reason, but the hidden, the subconscious, the movements that are going on. And the Six of Wands is this energy. It's a balanced energy, but it's a change of energy where it's like, where do you look for your recognition from? What is going on there? And I feel like this time here, it's like to heal, it's necessary to dive into the subconscious and the unconscious recognition that is there. And it's really for both of you because this goes back to earlier in your guys' lives where the recognition energy is coming from like the inner child, the subconscious, the stuff that's going underneath the surface. And I feel like if that's not looked at, then there'll continue to be the same type of energies that will rise because it's like our inner child is has these charged emotions that it will continually amplify and kind of tug at our like our shirt like hey 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 until we get it gets our attention. And obviously with the separation here, both of your inner childs have gotten both of your attention in this way. And um the other card here is the Queen of Cups and actually the Lover's card. So the Queen of Cups does talk about, again, she's much like the High Priestess, who, because she's like double water, she rolls over water and emotions. All the queens are given another portion of water. So she's got double water, a lot of emotions going on, a lot of the deep diving, like the moon, goes into the deep waters to understand what's going deep there. And again, it's like this message that keeps on going back about it's important to go into the depths of understanding the love and the intricacies of what are you looking for in love and why and what's going on beyond there. And that's what's happening with this situation, right? um, but they do tell you here about the Queen of Pentacles, which is about mother nature, mother nurture, new birth, and it's the outside world. And you also have the Judgment card, which is about, it's double endings, double new beginnings. And I kind of feel like both of you are going through this double ending. No, even both of you are going through an ending and a new beginning within yourselves, at least. But there's this calling from your higher self. Like this is your little self down here, you're human, and your higher self is calling you to really get into understanding what it is that you really want and um, what is going on inside, right? Because that mother nature, mother nurture is it's like uh, all because they did two and two, and it's like all of them are about emotions and looking in emotions and looking in emotions and in and up. And I kind of feel like they're having you not look at the situation so much, right? I know it's hard because especially if you've been married and it's like we're looking for that reconciliation because we fear what it means about us. We fear what it means about our lovability and our acceptability and what will people think. And we're told that when this happens that it means something about me. But all relationships are mirrors, always pointing us back to ourselves. They're always trying to show us how we feel about ourselves until we see it. And it's like this pause, this waiting period that you're going through. All of these cards are pointing you to the source, pointing you to what's going on inside of you, right? And until you do that, it's like you're in a waiting room waiting for some results to come. And it's like, but while you're waiting, we work on our insides and we understand ourselves and our self-love and what's going on with ourselves. And it's like all these cards seem to be pointing to that, and not answering your question. I know. It's like, oh, so are we? Aren't we? And they're like, the important thing that they want you to work on is working on your inner self, your love for yourself, and your, like, what's the source of the recognition, the, the being loved by someone else. What is the importance of that? And working and diving in there, because the faster and the more we work on that and expanding our self-love, the faster the outside world does move. And if it is meant for you guys to be back together, then that will speed up that process to come back. And if the process is not to be together, then when you do that inner love and you doing that inner reflection, when that time comes, it won't be devastating, because you'll have worked on the insides. But that's what they have for you, Lisa. I know it's not answering your question, but they're telling you what you need to know right now in this moment, and that's what they have for you. So hang in there. Much blessings to you. All right, Ty, you are up. Just grab some more water here. Just scroll back up here. It went really fast. All right. All right. So we want to know if Vincent wants to be with you, and will you find a new house soon? Okay, let's take a look here. And then Dr. Sky, you will be up next. And then Elpedia, hello, you'll be up after that. All right, let's take a look here. Ty, does Vincent want to be with you? And will you find a new house soon? So, does he want to be with you? You've got the Eight of Wands, and then you also have the Five of Pentacles. Now, the Eight of Wands is about a lot of energy, a lot of fire, a lot of passion. But that Five of Pentacles does have to do with like a change of their worth, a change of how they feel about themselves. And it's a very odd combination of energy that I'm getting, because it feels like they have a lot of passion, but I don't know if they have the worthiness around themselves. Like they don't know uh, if they can rely on getting what they want from the outside world. So I kind of feel like there's this, I hate using the word insecurity, but I think like in the past, they've really been let down a lot. So they have a lot of passion, but they used to like jump all in, and then they got taken advantage of because of it. And things just, and I feel like they have a lot of energy and a lot of passion towards you, but I feel like they're hesitant in moving in the outside world. I feel like they feel like shifting sands are happening in the outside world, and they're just like, they don't feel like this desire or the security to be able to make a leap. So they're kind of, there's this hesitancy that I'm feeling. And when you asked about a new house, I mean, you got the Ace of Cups, which is about finding a higher love, but you also have the Hermit, um, which is about being alone, this inner journey. It's not about an outer journey with someone else. So I kind of feel like it's like you don't, you know, if it's about moving in together and this joining together, I don't feel like that happens right now. Um, but I with that Ace of Cups, I feel like you're okay with it. It's like whatever unfolds here, um, I feel like it really helps you realize things about yourself. Let me see here. Let me get a couple clarifiers here. You know, because you had the Hierophant, which is about you're moving up in this higher place of how you see yourself domestically in a way. And look at you, there's even a house here. That's funny. Not funny, but the seven of swords is all about your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your expectations, and how you're seeing which of those are deceiving you and stealing joy from you. And I kind of feel like because there's a house here. They're like your expectations around a home changes, and that you really see things differently. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of hope. There's a lot of things, but I kind of feel like you find some stuff out. This Ace of Cups is about this heightened emotion that you realize something um, just within. But I kind of feel like it just changes everything for you, and you're all okay with it's all right. I'm glad I didn't get this new house or move in with them and this and that. You're just like, you know what? This is a time for me to really understand what I want and what it all means. Because that Ace of Cups is about kind of seeking a higher love and connecting higher and seeing things from a higher emotional place than where you were before. So I know it's kind of, excuse me, almost confusing message, but I just feel like that um, because of their hesitancy and um, you just start to see things and you're just like, really? Okay. Well, maybe it is good that we aren't moving in together or that we're not seeking a house or we're doing all this stuff. I think we're okay right now with where things are, and I'm gonna spend some time getting to know what I want. So I kind of feel like it's almost like I don't want to say selfishness, like you kind of feel like they're making selfish decisions, and you're like, you know what, I get to make selfish decisions too. It's not like in spite. It's like, you know what, you're right. You get to choose what you want, and I get to look at what I want. I don't have to give everything to you, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they have for you, Ty. Sorry that it's not like it's just weird energy going on there. All right, Dr. Sky, you are up next. Many blessings to you, Ty. You're struggling with health and you have lots of injuries. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So let's take a look here and see what spirit, if there's any kind of guidance on what, if you'll be receiving that, will you get help soon? And of course, whenever there's, any kind of health questions, we always have to, as tarot readers say, that this should not replace any medical or professional advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. So that's the disclaimer. Check. Now let's see what spirit would like you to know around this for you. What else? I do like this for you, Dr. Sky, because you have the chariot, which is victory and movement. So I feel like something is coming to bring you some relief. Um, you have both the Six of Swords, which is about movement of thought and belief and expectations. And maybe if there are any kind of like you don't like, and this is not medical advice, I'm just saying that, like, I have an example would be like if um I had like this block against acupuncture, let's say, and I'm like, well, I don't want to do that, no, 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 no. And then it's like open up your mind to other alternatives, and you're like, well, you know what, I'm going to give that a try. And then I go and I'm like, oh my gosh, it does something like that. So I kind of feel like that's what the Six of Swords is saying, is that you are moving from rocky waters to calmer waters, but I feel like it's opening your mind to maybe some alternatives that you might have said, no, no, no. And you're like, well, you know what? Maybe I will try that, because you also got another six, which is the Six of Wands, which is about recognition and this balancing of this energy. I feel like it's being lifted up to a new place. It's like you're being granted a helping hand in a way. I'm feeling from that because it's like they were showing me like someone getting up on a large horse, how someone helps them up because it's hard to crawl up on a high horse unless you have a ladder. But I feel like someone was giving you a helping hand up onto that, which puts you in the place. Again, another victory card. Both of these are victory cards. So that's very positive. And then also the Queen of Pentacles, which is new birth, new things coming, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. Very much a another positive card about the outside world. So I really feel like something is coming soon for you with that. So I really like that those cards coming out for you with that. So hang in there, you know. But again, if there is an alternative thing that you had turned down before, just try to have an open mind and research and see, if there's something different that um, can try on that as well. All right. And I see you have another question. I'm going to take Elpedia's and then I'll be back to your second question there, Dr. Sky. All right, Elpedia, will you receive money today? All right. Well, let's take a look here and see what they say. All right. So let's take a look here. Elpedia, will you receive money today? Should be a fairly fast answer. Nope, not those. Whoa. Be right back. Knight of Pentacles. Yes. It's a quest for the coin. Knight is about movement. Even though Pentacles are normally the slowest moving horse in it all. So you'll get it today. I almost feel uh, like like if you're expecting to get it by like 1 p.m., it's like you get it at like before you're leaving or wherever wherever they're supposed to deliver it. If they say, oh, we'll be there between 1 and 4, it's like 3:59. It's like, oh, you waited, I feel like you'll get it, but it's going to be like later than you had expected in the day. Just with that slow movement. But I feel like, yeah, definitely it feels like a very positive yes with that card. So yay, Elpedia. Very glad. Happy for you. All right, Dr. Sky. And you want to know if you'll find a match by next year? So before the end of this year. And old fashioned. I bet there's a match out there for you. There are a lot of people that probably feel the same about the men, in this day and age too. Let's take a look here. By the end of this year, okay. Anything else? All right. Well, I do like this card coming up first for you because it does tell you to stay true to your authentic self. Don't, Don't go off and think, well, this is what they want now, so this is how I gonna have to change to be, kind of thing. They're saying stay true to your authentic self, your true self, be you. In the beginning, they do have the Five of Wands, and it feels like, the Five of Wands is a change of energy. And it's like in the beginning, it feels very conflicting and like there's this fear energy, but it transforms into an energy of love where it's people are doing things to help, and they're not trying to have competition or to hurt one another. You're realizing there's this change of how you're looking at the energy in the outside world, because you also have the Knight of Swords, which is it's like movement in thoughts and expectations. So I like that they told you, you don't have to change yourself to be what other people want you to be. But that Knight of Swords is also this message of um, looking the expectations that you have on who someone should be, need to be, have to be, who you need to be, have to be. Because I feel like there's some things in your thoughts and beliefs that are not the authentic you. They're supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's from your past that you took on, like we all have, of our own, thinking this is what who I'm supposed to be and what everything's supposed to be. But they're really having you do some really thinking about your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets, because you have the 10 of Pentacles, which does speak about abundance coming in your outside world, but there's also the tree of life that's here with the uh, Kabbalah or Kabbalah, depending on how you say it, which has to do with breaking some old family patterns. And I feel like they're wanting you to spend the rest of this year looking at those things. Yeah, because here it is, the Eight of Swords, which is all your thoughts and beliefs that are making you feel blinded and bound and trapped. That looking into these things, looking into these beliefs is what sets you free, because the Eight of Swords is a very positive card around those things, because it's showing that you are, with that Knight of Swords and that combine, really looking at those beliefs that have been limiting you and making you feel small, making you feel trapped, and like it's a lot of pressure, to try to be someone you think you're supposed to be, instead of being, the truly authentic you that you find within you when you cut away those thoughts and those beliefs. So I don't feel like there's a marriage, type of partner that you meet this year. But what about next year? Can you tell us about next year? Yeah. So next year you do have ending of major cycles and new beginnings. So if you do this reflection in that work there, next year is when you really transform yourself in a lot of ways. I feel like physically, emotionally, mentally, that a lot of this stuff works itself out, that where you just feel like you're entering a whole new world, like you're leaving your old world behind and entering a new one, in very positive ways. So yeah, so I just feel like you have the Seven of Cups, which means I feel like next year is like where you felt like you had to, let's say, I'm just gonna like pick one of these, like you had to choose, that is your only choice. That as you free yourself, you see that there's so much more to for your wholeness and your emotional fulfillment in your life, and that you're just like, you know what, I felt so trapped and limited before. It was like I could only have vanilla ice cream, that's all that I'm allowed to have. That's, since childhood, that's all we are told is the right ice cream, no one else. And then you try like Rocky Road and mint green chocolate chip ice cream and cookie dough. And you're like, oh my gosh, there's so much more to life than I thought. And I kind of feel like that's next year for you. It just like opens up your mind with letting a lot of this old um, limiting beliefs that you had, that you've carried a long time, letting it go. And it doesn't mean that you can't be an old fashioned person. You can still have like, this is what I prefer, but it's the ones that make you feel blinded and bound and trapped those are the ones that you are able to let go of. And next year, you're able to doing that doing that release opens up all this energy, all these opportunities for you regarding love. So I like that for you. So hang in there, Dr. Sky. Many blessings to you. All right, we'll keep on going down here. Thank you guys as well for all your thumbs up and your likes. It does help out my channel very much. And it's the absolutely best price, free. So if you haven't already given me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate considering doing so. It just helps spread the Zen love. So I appreciate that. All right, so we'll keep going down the list here. All right, Keisha, let's find out what was going on with you. Oh my goodness. All right. And then JC, you will be up next. Let's find out, Keisha, what was going on with these coworkers? What does Spirit want you to know around this situation? Sure. My goodness. Okay. I thought that I should have just said it. I should have said, I bet the Tower card is going to come out for you because it did. Um, the Tower card represents that things are removed out of your life for you to make room for the new coming in. And that usually means that whatever was in your life at the time no longer served your path for your future, and that in order to have space for this new stuff to come in, the old needs to get removed for you. Excuse me. Um, so it when you ask why did my coworkers lie and get you fired, it's the universe used them to clear away this thing. They're like the construction crew that removed the condemned house that you were living in so that a new one could be built that's in more alignment with your future. So we look at that it didn't happen to you, it happened for you, and that totally transforms your future because you're like, oh, thank you. It becomes a thank you. Then the why the it's like, oh, okay, so something even better is coming for me. And they're like, yes, which you do. You have the Four of Pentacles coming in, which is stability in your outside world. It is showing you, a wonderful solidity in your outside. Now you have the moon, so trust the cycles as well, because moons, of course, have cycles. And there's some hidden stuff that's going to be coming up for you, some unexpected things, which is great. We actually have a new moon in Scorpio next week, so possibly you're going to have this new situation arise for you that is again for you more in alignment with where your future path holds. And you have the King of Wands coming in, which is a great card for you because it is the card of entrepreneurship. I don't know if you have ever thought of starting your own company, or if you're like doing a side hustle and it's like you never know, that could expand. But the King of Wands also shows you, taking a hold of your power and your strength. And the little lizard down here, no, that doesn't mean you need to go work for Geico. This means that you're safe from risk. You're safe. And so just know that things are going to be unfolding. You have this power that you hold. And um, really grasping on to that energy with that tower. I feel like if you can move the energy inside of you to go, you know what? This isn't happening to me. This is happening for me. And if you can, have gratitude. Say, thank you for removing me out of that hostile um, toxic environment, and thank you for where you're taking me. Somewhere that's going to be more in alignment with who I want to be and where I want to be, and the environment that's more healthier for me. And see that change what's going on in your life. Because I really feel like, especially with the King of Fire, the King of Wands, that some things are going to happen quickly here for you, and you'll see that. But the faster you change that energy from that it happened to you, and look at those coworkers instead of, that they're liars and backstabbers and rah 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 rah. Look at them as see them in construction crew, removing a condemned home away, and go, thank you. You guys were helpful for me. You helped, um, because I wouldn't have left that toxic situation on my own. So it took them doing it for you so you could move into something more in alignment with your life. So I like it for you, Keisha. I really feel like you're going to be like, sending them thank you cards, going, thank you guys for doing that because, oh my God, I got a job in somewhere even better and more pay and more benefits. And oh my God, thank you. And they're going to be like, oh, and you're like, boom. So I like it for you, Keisha. I really do like it. Blessings to you. All right, JC, let's take a look here. All right. And Keisha, pain is fear. And so I know, when people do stuff, we take it um, to heart, right? And it feels like someone stabbed us in our heart. But what the prick is, that pain is fear, and it's like, what do I fear it means about me because they did that. So you might look at that too during this, because that Four of Pentacles also is about developing a stronger sense of worth in relation to the outside world. And so um, it is an opportunity for you to look inward and go, what do I fear this means about me and why? And is it really true? And, you know, then, because the only reason why we things kind of hurt is if we believe what we think it means might be true, and then we really question that, right? So common thing is like, uh you know um people do that to me because I'm not worthy of being liked and being supported, and then it's like, do I believe that? And it's like, no, I am worthy of being liked and supported. And, now I understand, like, this had to happen for me to move on. And so, in a way, they do support me in the higher place because they're getting me out of somewhere that I don't want to be, really. It's somewhere, and they're allowing me to move on to somewhere bigger. So I know it's a different type of way of looking at it, but it's so freeing. So if it resonates, you can kind of do some of that reflection there. All right. All right, JC, I'm glad that the reading helped you with what you were going through there. And now we're looking into when will you meet the right one for you? And I kind of want to go to these magical forest. Hey, Spark. Sorry I missed you. Good night. Hey, Mary the Aries. Welcome, welcome. You will be next then. All right. So let's take a look here. JC, when will you meet the right one for you? They're being sassy right now without me looking at cards. They're going, you always meet the right one. The right one for that lesson, and the right one for that lesson, and the right one for that reflection, and the right one for that reflection. Because they always show us what we want to see about ourselves until we see it. I'm like, okay, I see. That's why I say they're being sassy. All right. So the first card that comes up here is the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles is about our feelings of worth and our feelings of, feeling abandoned and left out in the cold. And, that mankind and humankind has left us like, you know, abandoned and not bringing me my sustenance and what I need to live and survive. But it's a great card to come up because it is a card of change, being a number five. And so you move from feeling like mankind is the one that's supposed to bring you your sustenance to realizing that it's the universe, which is represented by the stained glass window, which is that source is the one that brings us our sustenance and our supply and what we need in our lives, not these humans. They're just the delivery company. And so I feel like there's this change in how you're looking at where your source of worth comes from as well. um, and part of this is leaving behind these emotions that no longer serve you. You're headed off into wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups. And I feel like with this movement, this change of how you're looking at things, is what takes you to this next level. You even have the Star card, which is the other wish fulfillment card, the Nine of Cups, which would come after this. So they're saying you can have that wish fulfillment. It's just a matter of realizing who you really are, and that in the darkness is when you realize more and more of the star that you are, the brightness that you are, the connection to who you really are. And this is very much Aquarian energy because they have the water bearers, right? But this is the unconditional love from above. And, um, I feel like part of this journey, when we're asking, when will I meet the right one for me? It's when we change, we leave behind emotions that don't serve us anymore. We leave behind things that we're using to define our worth. And we're finding our true worth. And we find that not from outside, because our worth, that's retail price. And I say this a lot. And so if you guys have heard me, you're just like, oh, here he goes talking about retail price again. But it's the story that spirit gave me, which is, like if you're a parka coat and you're in northern Alaska during the winter, you are like probably raised in price and everyone wants you. And it's great, right? But then you're that same parka coat on a tropical island on the equator during the summer, and you see the little blue light special, like, and this was like a long time ago in Kmart, they used to have blue light specials. The blue light would be going on and things were marked down ridiculously low. Look, 99% off this parka coat. And that's the outside world. That's the instability of the outside. And when we put our worth in that, then we feel unstable. And so it's getting our worth from within and up. It's like in and up through our heart that we find a stable thing, which is the unconditional love of our higher self, of the higher realms, of the creator of all things. Because no conditions, not one. It's unconditional, means we can never lose it. We don't have to do anything to gain it. It's just ours. And it's eternal, which is forever. And so it's very stable. And I kind of feel like once you kind of go in this journey of letting these emotions and things that you have defining yourself go, that you fill up with this love and it overflows. And then that allows you to bring in individuals who can love you in that manner. Because until we do, we say a lot on this channel, when we do what we always did, we get what we always got. And so there's this change. And again, you will always meet the right one for you, because if you don't do that inner work and then you go out on a dating site or meet someone, same old, you're like, oh, okay, this was the right one for me to show me this again. And I know, I mean, I'm not judging at all. 5 relationships to get the, "Oh, I get it now." So, no judgment, just information, and, I feel like, uh, that's what they are wanting you to know this evening, JC. So, many blessings to you, um, and, please let me know how that journey is going, because trust me, I've been down a lot of those roads. If you need any directions, I can say, "Oh, there's this great pizza place on that road." All right. Many blessings. All right. Let's keep looking down here. All right, sorry, it scrolled really fast. Okay, there we go. Mary the Aries. Hey, Leo. All right, so Leo, you will be next after Mary the Aries then. All right, so can you tell me what the current future energy is for me and what's coming for you? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. We can still use this tarot, the magical forest. So, Mary, let's see what we got going on here. I don't know, Mary. I don't know. It's looking pretty bright. You got the sun card first, victory, brightness, wonderful uh, connection to your, inner child here, but wonderful brightness that's being brought into your life because you also have the Six of Wands, which is all about victory and brightness and recognition, and the Two of Cups. So emotional choice is coming in. I kind of feel like uh, this maybe not maybe so much romance coming in right now with the energies. I feel like you're really grasping with all this your emotional choices. I feel like that's where the sun and this victory and this, like, you feel like you are making so much progress in how you're feeling about yourself and the emotional choices that you're making, and that you're choosing these that are more related to this, higher higher vibrational love than the lower vibrational love. The higher vibrational feelings to the lower vibrational feelings, love versus fear. I feel like you're just really in this zone where you're like, I'm choosing joy today. I'm feeling bright. I'm feeling confident. I'm really enjoying life. And I love all that for you. And I feel like you're getting this power of your emotional choice under your belt. Because then you also have the Eight of Pentacles, which is a great card about moving up in the outside world. And so I feel like you are making this, you've been doing the work, you've been putting in, doing what you need to do in your body, in the outside world, and everything in you're moving up. It's like being an apprentice or an assistant manager, or you're in school and then you graduate or you get promoted or you become the master, and it feels like your outside world is progressing forward in a beautiful way. You're moving up to this feelings of self-satisfaction and and kind of like a self what's the word I'm trying to think of, self-sufficiency is a big word that I'm feeling is coming for you. So wonderful current future energy. I just feel like this wonderful brightness and joy and choice, and things are just, you're doing all this inside and it's rolling out and you're seeing it in the outside world come up here in the future. So I feel like a lot of the current energy is all the stuff you're doing on the inside, and the future energy is that it does spark out and flood out, how could it not, out of you into the outside world. So all that Aries fiery energy, boom, shakalaka, it does go out into to that area. So awesome. I like that for you, Mary. So many blessings to you. That's your message for right now. All right. All right, Leo, Leo, Leo. And Hero, welcome. You will be next. And then Janice. All right. So let's take a look here, Leo. You want to know, will your stress go away and your overthinking? And your overthinking around stress. Let's take a look. Okay. At first, I thought that other card was not to come out, but then it came out again. So I'm like, okay, I get it. Okay. So it's supposed to come out there. I get it. I get it. I get it. Okay. So Wonderful, wonderful fire energy here for a Leo, especially. You've got the Knight of Wands. So this is you in search of getting your power back, right? And so this is a wonderful representation of the quest that you're on. How am I going to get my power back? How do I do this, right? And I love this is the card that I thought, okay, no, the High Priestess. I think that it kind of fell out awkwardly, and I'm like, okay, that must not be it. And then came back out again. So this is about you pulling away, going into getting away from all the outside world. The High Priestess goes into her high temple. She goes into her subconscious or unconscious behind the veil, connects to the upper realms, really does this inner work, and but gets away from the outside world because that's where all the stress is. That's where all the stuff is happening that's spawning everything. And so it's about you going into your spiritual side, going into something different than you normally are, right? You're stepping away from it all so that you don't have like triggers. It's almost like you have to get away and breathe deeply a lot to get out of fear, because when you're out doing somersaults in the storm, you can't really gain your bearing because you're like a spinning, right? And you're getting thrown all over the place. It's like being in a tornado outside of it. You're like, but this is about coming to the eye of the storm where it's quiet and it's peaceful so you can breathe and connect and get this balance in life, which comes next with the two pentacles. It's balancing the higher realm and the lower realm. It's realizing that each moment in the outside world is either going to be this story of unconditional love or the fears of losing conditional love, understanding. And it's like you have to step away, breathe. If you can go on a retreat, if you can go to I think sometimes they even have a silent retreat where it's like, yes, get away from where there's like no talking, no news, no TVs, no phone, no anything, and where you just get to get quiet with yourself, because you do have peace of mind that can come here, which is like, so yes, your stress will go away. Yes, your overthinking will go away. But these three swords on the wall are the expectations. Usually, like you'll see the three of swords has a big heart with three swords stuck in it. And those are the expectations that are on the wall, that the things that you're always focusing on, you wake up and there they are, right? But the reason why he's sleeping so easily, and you have four, which is about um, a stable mind, a peaceful mind, is because he's sleeping on the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords allows them to connect to the higher capital T truths, those things that are rooted in unconditional love. And in doing that, he's also able to cut away the small t truths, all those popular opinions that we're all given and we grow up with and we get inundated on the internet and TV and everywhere else. Um, and it allows you to cut away those because those are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love. And so you're learning the difference between the two. I mean, you have the Two of Pentacles that is showing you the balance between the two. And you have the High Priestess who's connecting to the higher realms where the capital T truths are. And then you got the Moon, which is all also about beautiful energy, water, intuition, connecting to the lunar, connecting to the higher realms. I really feel like the High Priestess goes in and uses her, connects with the moon energy. So it's the spiritual energy. And I kind of feel like that's what solves everything, because you are really learning um, that there's always a second option. All these twos too, with the High Priestess being number two and the Two of Pentacles, they're nudging me. And if you feel this resonates, I actually started a free YouTube series, and there's a playlist. It might even be in my description box. If not, if you go to my main page, there's a playlist for all it's called U times two, just getting to know the two of us that are living this human experience too, right? This human character that we're playing here. But there's an actor behind this character, which is the powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being who's made of unconditional love. And when we realize that every moment is a choice between an emotion of unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love, or a story we apply to the situation, which is either of unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love, that every moment is simply that. Every moment is always one or the other. But we're not told about this. We're always, this is what we're told, that this is the only option we have, but there's always a second option. I feel like that is what will free you from stress and free you from overthinking, because we overthink and we stress, which is stress is fear. We fear losing love. We fear being unlovable. We fear being less than. We fear being rejected, right? And that's what happens when we have conditional love out here in the world. So if you want to check that out, I really feel like being nudging you towards that U times two, which 11, 11, 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2, 2. Hey, but I feel like that will really help. But whatever you feel you can do to connect to an unconditional love and kind of a spiritual uplifting, seeing things from that higher perspective, I feel will do wonders for that. So blessings to you, Leo. All right, hero, you are up next. He said, what is the possibility your ex will message and reconcile with you? Okay, let's take a look here. I kind of want to go to these tarot of, her name's Nicoletta. Let's see what uh, they have to say. And then Janice, you will be next. And I'm getting close to 2 hours. I'm going to try to get to as many guys as you can, but I do have to balance myself as well. And let me just see here. So let's take a look here. What's the possibility, hero, of your ex messaging you and reconciling with you? Anything else? Anything else? Nope. So you have the Three of Pentacles here, which is about staying true to your authentic self. And I kind of feel like what's happened between you and your ex is that you weren't being your authentic self because you were trying to be someone that you thought they wanted you to be. And they did fall in love with you, for who you were originally, but you kind of went into this. And I don't know if you were quite being your authentic self in the beginning, because none of us really are in the beginning. We all have these thoughts of who we're supposed to be and should be. And then we're trying to do this, and we attract someone, and then we're like, I don't want to lose them. So then I change to be who I think they are thinking that I'm supposed to be. And there's a lot of thinking going on and all that, right? And but I feel like this situation has happened to bring that awareness, to have you really look at, like, why do I keep trying to be what I think other people want me to be? And it always ends up that I'm not, making them happy. I'm not living up to, whatever happens, and it ends up ending, right? And it's like, okay, I'm ready for something different. And it's great because I really feel you are ready for something different. You've got two fire cards here. You've got the Three of Wands and the Four of Wands. Three of Wands says that you're learning that, what I've wanted before, I'm changing that. I'm going a different direction. That's what the Three of Wands is going a different way. And the Four of Wands is about stabilized energy and celebration. And I feel like there's, um, if you go this different direction, that you'll be happier. And it's interesting, the Four of Wands also represents, in addition to celebration, it is marriage and different things. I kind of feel like the ex um, is like not what you really want, and when you get into your authentic self and really connect it, you'll be like, "Yeah, that's not what I don't wanna have to try to be someone who I'm not all the time. I wanna be me, and I want someone to love me for me," and that's that 3 of Wands, and then that's the f ends up 4 of Wands. So I feel like they're saying, yeah, be your authentic self, go your direction that you wanna go, and you're gonna find someone who loves you for the real you, not for trying to live up to what everyone you think everyone wants you to be, which is great because we need you. We don't need you to, pretending to be someone else to be loved. We want you to be you, and then you'll bring the person that loves you for you into your life. But when we're doing smoke and mirrors, trying to, please people and be loved for trying not to be someone who we're not. It just brings in confusing energy, right? And we'll continue to get mirrors showing us uh, that, uh, you know, uh, to be our authentic self. It'll keep happening until we do. Um, so I know it's difficult to go, but I really want them back because, I'd rather be with the devil I do know than to go out there and, I fear I won't find someone. It's like, "Oh, yeah." I thought that after my first relationship, I thought I'd never find love again, and then the second relationship ended, and I feared I'd never find love again, and the third relationship happened, and I thought I'd never find and I'm like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna find love again." It turned into like, "Oh, no. I probably am gonna find love again," and I did, and again. So really, you'll have no shortage of finding love. But being your authentic self, you're gonna bring someone in that will love you for you who you are. So, I do love that for you, hero. Alright. So, blessings to you. Keep on going down here. So Janice, thank you for liking, and that's a great reminder. If you haven't already given me a thumbs up on the video, I really appreciate you doing so. It does help out my channel, and it's the perfect price, 0. So if you haven't, I really appreciate you considering doing so, and help spread the Zen love. All right, Janice, you want to know, are you going to meet someone meaningful this weekend at the party? Ooh, let's find out. What kind of party is this, Janice? I'm just kidding. See, because he's spanking her. Anyway, so the 7 of Wands is a good energy coming up here. I kind of feel with these these other cards here, I kind of feel like this is um, an awareness around the energy that you're surrounding yourself with. Because the reason I say that is you have the 8 of Cups, which is about leaving behind the emotions that no longer serve you. And I feel like, um, especially because you got the Knave or the Page of Swords, it's about letting go of old expectations of how things should be and need to be and have to be is an important piece of this. And um, I do feel like, and it's not an X that I'm feeling, but the 6 of Cups is nostalgia, and it's about someone from your past coming in. And I feel like at this party that you reconnect with someone that you haven't dated before, you know, it doesn't say that you didn't have interest in them, but you never dated them. It's not like an ex, but it is someone that you meet that you knew before. But I feel like the important thing is for you to let go of the old emotions around them and the old expectations and thoughts and perception of them. I kind of feel like it's giving someone a fresh start, right? Because I feel like and maybe it's been a little bit of time, but they're not the same person they were before, and neither are you. And whatever happened, whatever, you know, situation, you know, kind of you can see it from a different place, you can see it from a different way, and then it just really allows you to see them differently, and that's the type of meaningful uh, kind of connection that you gain at this party. But I feel like it's such an important thing to let it all go, like, make a conscious choice. You see them and you start to feel the and then you're just like, "You know what? That's right. I'm not who I was, and they're not who they were, anymore, and I'm going to, you know, stop spanking them in my mind. I'm not gonna punish them anymore because that energy is not, conducive." And I really feel like I almost feel like it's a situation where, um like there's misunderstandings and you didn't get to hear their side of the story. You only heard from other people their side of the story. And it's just like that kind of a thing where you're just like, they're pretty cool when you give them a fresh start and you're like, you know what, I'm going to get to know them myself instead of listening to all the other stuff that I remember or what anyone says. I'm going to get to know them myself. And then you're just like, dang, you ever hear like you're going to go watch a movie and people go, I'm gonna go see that movie. And they're like, oh my God, it sucked. It was horrible, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, really? And you're like, you know what? I'm gonna go see it. I liked the ads. I'm gonna go see it. And you see it, and you're like, oh my God, it was the best movie ever. And you're like, what were they thinking? What movie did they see? It's that kind of energy around it, Janice. So I do like it for you because I feel like it's gonna be a significant, like, it might be a new best friend or it might be romance, but they're just like it's going to be a meaningful relationship. So that's what they have for you. Many blessings to you. All right. All right. Yeah. It looks like, oh my gosh, there's so many. Um, oh wow. Oh wow. Oh, interesting. Well, there you go. That'll be interesting. Yeah, make sure you tell us what's going on. Huh. Well, I just say, and it may not be them, it may not be a specific guy. I mean, wait until you go to the party because I kind of feel like it's someone unexpected. I feel like it's like you're like, oh, and you didn't know they were going to be there, kind of thing. So, yeah, it's going to be something like you're like, oh, okay, let me just hear you. But very cool, very cool. Yeah, thank you guys so much. There's so many more, and I wish I could stay on here for hours and hours, but Spirit did check me and that, if you don't balance, you won't be on here at all because you'll be in the hospital. So I do need to balance my energy, and I wish I could get to all of you guys, but I will be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. And then on Friday, both at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m., Saturday, 11 and 8, and at 5 p.m. on Instagram, and then Sunday as well. So a lot of time coming up this weekend. But if you need something tonight, I do have a ton of playlists of weekly energy updates, monthly readings, and I get a lot of comments that people are like, I know this was for like all Scorpios, but oh my God, it was like this was for me. Spirit does that. And so, if you check out the playlists. If you go to my main page, you have all the playlists, but I have some links down in this video. Go to what you're drawn to, and you might be like, oh my God, this is exactly for me between the eyeballs. So just know Spirit is very intelligent. Just follow your heart, follow your gut, and you can see some of those. I also put out a video. In fact, I didn't do any of that today. Let me just do that real quick. but I do have a weekly um, drawing that I'm going to be having. I can't do two things at once, obviously. Blah, 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 blah. Let me just do this before I actually talk. It probably will go a lot better. I used to be able to multitask like a little monkey, but not anymore. All right. So those should be there. Okay. So I put out a video of that each week I'm going to have a giveaway for a 30-minute free personal recorded reading. And it's all related to my weekly energy updates, which that's the second link to that current playlist. And so if you watch those and you comment, you'll be entered into the drawing that I'll do weekly for winning a possibility of winning one of those. So that is there. And then, like I said, all of those, a playlist of all those, any of those um, recorded videos. There's a bunch out there, even pick a card readings, and so check those out if you need something tonight. If not, catch me when I'm live. The earlier you get there, the chances are I can get to you, but the list gets very long very fast, and I feel so bad sometimes. I'm like, I wish I could just, but Spirit's like, it's okay. You can only do so much, and all those other options are there for you too. So thank you guys again. I really appreciate all the thumbs up. That does help out my channel. I love doing these. And if you are in desperate need, I also offer personal readings. All that information is also in the description box below. Pretty reasonable prices for the personal recorded readings, especially because it's on a sliding price scale where for each of the type there's three prices and you can choose one that's in more alignment with where your budget's at too. So if you have a need like that, you can do that too. So a lot of options. My greatest heart to all of you. Please know as you go throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you all too. Hang in there until we meet again. Take care of yourselves and just know that uh, there's always hope. There's always hope. So, you guys hang in there. Have a great night, great day, wherever you may be in the world. And we'll see you soon. You guys take care.